Imagine a country where simply getting a phone line was a years-long wait. Where consumer choices were limited, and the government controlled almost everything. Now, picture that same nation as a global tech powerhouse, a major player on the world stage, with 1 billion mobile phone users. This isn't science fiction. It's the incredible 30-year journey of India, a story of economic liberalization, cultural shifts, and a nation's dramatic transformation. Our story truly begins in 1991. India was at a crossroads. A severe balance of payments crisis meant the country was just weeks away from defaulting on its loans. It was a dire situation, demanding radical action. This pressure cooker moment gave birth to the LPG reforms, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Under Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao and his visionary finance minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, India began to dismantle decades of the license Raj, a bureaucratic system that had stifled private enterprise. Suddenly, industries were deregulated, state-owned entities were privatized, and crucially, India opened its doors to foreign trade and investment. It was a massive gamble, but one that would forever change India's destiny. The most visible success story of this new era, the rise of India's information technology and service sectors. With a vast pool of English-speaking, skilled graduates, India became the world's back office. Cities like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, and Pune transformed into global tech hubs. Companies like Infosys, Wipro, and TCS didn't just create jobs, they created a whole new aspirational class. For millions like Rahul, who started his career in the early 2000s, globalization meant access to global opportunities right here at home. This wasn't just about coding. It was about building a global reputation, attracting massive foreign direct investment, and fundamentally changing the perception of India from a land of poverty to a land of immense potential. But globalization wasn't just economic. It was deeply cultural. Suddenly, foreign brands, media, and lifestyles flooded Indian markets. The ubiquitous ambassador car gave way to Hyundais and Suzukis. Coca-Cola and McDonald's became household names. This wasn't just about buying new products. It was about embracing new aspirations. For a generation growing up in this new India, the world felt smaller, more accessible. This led to a fascinating hybrid culture, where ancient traditions coexist with global trends. Young people might celebrate Diwali with fervor one day and follow international fashion trends the next. This cultural exchange has been enriching, but it has also sparked debates about identity and the preservation of local traditions. Globalization has been a double-edged sword for India. On the one hand, the positives are undeniable. Unprecedented economic growth, lifting millions out of poverty, technological leaps, and a stronger voice on the global stage. Government initiatives like Digital India and the success of UPI show how technology is being leveraged for progress. However, this growth hasn't been uniform. We've seen a stark rise in income inequality. While a new elite thrives, many in rural areas, like Prakash, who lost his livelihood as small industries struggled against global competition, have been left behind. This urban-rural divide and the challenges faced by traditional sectors are critical issues that India continues to grapple with. So, what's next for India? The nation stands at a pivotal moment. Initiatives like Make in India aim to transform the country into a global manufacturing hub, creating jobs and reducing import dependence. Continued investment in digital infrastructure and green energy are key. The challenge, and the opportunity, lies in making globalization work for everyone. Bridging the gaps between urban and rural, ensuring equitable access to education and healthcare, and fostering inclusive growth will define India's true success. India's journey is a testament to resilience, adaptation, and the complex dance between global forces and local identity. India's once-buoyant foreign policy, pitched as multi-alignment and strategic autonomy, is showing signs of strain. New Delhi's balancing act between the US-led West and longtime partners like Russia has left both sides uncertain about its long-term commitments. Frequent border frictions with China, stalled SAARC cooperation, and cooling ties with some global South states over trade barriers have diluted India's claim to regional leadership. On the economic front, sluggish reforms, protectionist tariffs, and inconsistent investment rules have allowed competitors such as Vietnam, Indonesia, and even Bangladesh to capture manufacturing and supply chain opportunities. Meanwhile, India's limited voice in brokering major conflicts, Ukraine, Gaza, or climate finance, signals that other mid-powers, Brazil, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, are stepping into roles India once aspired to. The perception shift is subtle but real. India is still a huge market and an important security partner, but its swing state clout is slipping as credibility questions rise, global investors diversify, and regional neighbors hedge by leaning on China or ASEAN.
Please like and subscribe to our channel. It really motivates us to bring more realistic and factful analysis for you. Thank you.